So for curtain walls, just gonna delete that box. So no section box needed. I'll go to level 1. Let's say that wall is a curtain wall. So if you want to do a curtain wall, you need to draw a wall and then define it as a curtain wall. I have a wall there already. I'll just make a cut in it there. And now this piece of the wall, I want it to be a curtain wall. So under the basic wall, under the wall type selection, I can say curtain wall. You have some other options too, but I'm just gonna go with the default. If I go to the 3 view, you can see the only thing that it does is to make that into a glass wall. There. Now, I want to show you a few edits that you can do here. So first of all, if you do edit type, give you a lot of different options, including how you want to do a grid. If you want to do a vertical grid, which we want to do with fixed distances, for example, and then horizontal grid with fixed distances. And as soon as I do apply, you can see some grids are showing up. It will give you two different options. The first one is the fixed distances, and the second one is fixed numbers. So depending on what you want to get, you can deal with fixed numbers or fixed distances and just define them here. Maybe all the time you want to have distances that are, I don't know, a meter away from each other on one direction and 2 meters away from each other on the other direction. And you would apply that and it will show up like this. These are only grids. I think there are no mullions on it. So if you want to do that too, you would again go to your, select that, go to your edit type. And then down here you would say how you want to do your mullions, what type of mullions you want to use. I'll just say rectangle 30 square, rectangle 25 radius, no, 30 square again, apply. Now you can see I've got mullions too. I'll turn off the shadow so it's a bit more clear and maybe shade it, not really. Okay. Alright, so that's how to do through type editing. You can do add grids and mullions. You could also do those manually. So going back to the architecture tab, you have a curtain grid tool over there, which if you select, it will just let you draw grids wherever you want, like that. And you have a few different types of placements. So first one is all segments. As you saw, it cut through the whole thing. And then the second one is just doing one segment, and then by pressing, by locating your thing on the screen, you can pick where you want to do that. Sure. Like that. You could also do all except. So maybe I'll do, anyways. So that's the grid tool and how it works. You could also afterwards select the grid and go add remove segments from it. So maybe I want to add that or want to remove this or things like that. You can always do afterwards. There's also a mullion tool in the architecture tab that if you have a grid that is there but does not have a mullion on it, like that one, you can go and add the mullion to it. And the mullions will be whatever you have picked there. While dealing with curtain walls, if you want to select stuff, one thing to select is your whole wall, and that's this. But you could also do tab and select all the different elements in your wall. So you can pick each of the mullions, you can pick other mullions, you can pick the whole wall. You should be able to pick the panels too, which are not showing up here for me for some reason. That you can also select your panels, and then anything you pick, you can go in and change what that thing really is. So if it's so these are empty panels. You could have glazing panels. You could have even solid panels. You could have You could have doors and window panels that you would replace in a curtain wall. So they will all be different things that you could load into your project. You guys have any questions so far? We good? Okay. The other thing that I found a little bit tricky for curtain walls is when you want to move them around. If you have the whole thing selected, you can change it similar to any type of wall. You can move it around, and if you wanna, if you select everything and you try to move, sometimes it will give you some problems. It's not doing that right now because it's not really embedded in any kind of form. But if that happened to you, always a good trick is to make sure you have only the main axis selected, and you would move that, not actually the individual components, because it wouldn't let you move it around. That's the thing to have in mind. Importance of tabs. So because there are so many elements in a curtain wall, by pressing tab, you can go through all those elements, and then I think that's it.